All right, I always love participation. So did everyone have a fabulous 4th of July weekend?
Hey, how are you?
So that's a yes. Woo! It doesn't sound like it was very fun. Are y'all still tired from the weekend? Okay, what do I want to do here? All right. It's so interesting how just waking up in the morning, all of a sudden you get inspired to talk about a whole lot of stuff that you didn't even plan on wanting to talk about. Right? So there are for the okay. Oops. That's a minute. Okay. Yeah. Can you put sensors there for me, please? Okay. So I will be making an introduction at probably about 10-15 minutes, but we want to thank Danny with Petco for being our lunch sponsor. Our sponsor for today's meeting. So thank you. We'll be hearing from him soon. So today's going to be filled with a lot of announcements. As I mentioned in our last team meeting, we're going to go over some market statistics. Can you ask Brenda if she printed that stuff out for me, please? Sure. And I'll try not to say the S word too much. I'll try to make sure Lizzle comes out instead of shit. Okay, but I'm still on that roll. Okay. So today is July 8th. You know what's so crazy is all of a sudden July 3rd came into July 8th, like that, right? It was like I feel like I lost a whole week. Do any of you feel that way, or is that just me?
Yeah, I know.
Because of the way that it all, Ethan, how are you? How it all just kind of rolled out. But I'm so happy to see everyone jumping on the Zoom and all your beautiful smiling faces. Are you all smiling? Let me see.
Yeah, we're all smiling.
Okay. All right, I gotcha.
Smiling.
So I am going to pick someone here to Chris. I'm going to pick on you. I have 2 quotes for the day. So Chris, vote on Zoom. You want to share this motivational moment quote, please, and what you think about it.
Okay, great. It's never too late to be what you might have been. So what do I think about it? Well, I don't know if you know this or not, but back in 2009, I actually started a little blog around when I first started running marathons in my 40s. And then ultimately ran a bunch of Boston marathons and some other really cool things. And the title of my blog was "It's Never Too Late." So no, I love the quote because I agree with the fact that it is never too late. And so I think for all of us, if we can really think about really what our potential is, what our God-given potential is, we can't change what could have been, but to the extent we can control our efforts, I think that it is never too late to really find out how much unspent potential that we have as human beings. So that's my quick take on that quote, but I love it a lot.
Thank you for sharing. Does anybody else have anything, any insight or anything they would like to share? Oh, Mark, I made my chocolate chip banana bread.
People are lazy. People are lazy in general, and they just don't want to do anything. So to light a fire underneath someone's ass, you need an accountability coach. You need someone to say, hey, did you do your shit today?
Yeah. No, that's true because speaking of, gave me a great segue, but I'm not going to use it. I have an accountability program actually starting on the 28th of this month. So I finally got all the speaking points and everything for it. So, but this is true. And 2, I think with today's society, we are all spectacular. Thank you. Give it up for Brenda. Woo! That we want instant gratification, right? Sometimes people don't understand the work that it takes the work that it takes to get where you need to be. And then a lot of times, and that's why we try to press upon each and every one of you, no matter whether you've been in the business for a long period of time or you're brand new, there is a cycle to getting business. And if you stop, right, then you start all over. So we're in 90 to 120 day cycle, right? You know, just I always adjust it because a lot of times it's based on the market a little bit. Sometimes things happen sooner than later, whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, what you do today with persistent and consistent behavior over a period of 90 days, you start seeing the fruits of your labor.
If you took every person in the immediate proximity, you took 50 people and you paired them up with one person and said, for the next 2 weeks, you have an accountability person, just that paired person. You talk to that person every day, just for 2 weeks, I guarantee you everyone would have to be more efficient.
Well, for sure. But you know what the problem is? Is that it usually lasts a week, maybe. No, I tried to, we've tried, right? So it has to be, people have to have I agree with you, Steve, wholeheartedly, but it's a matter of both, all parties have to be actually committed to it and disciplined to it. Right? And a lot of
You're not
times,
gonna be disciplined for 2 weeks.
you'd be surprised.
That lazy.
Yes.
You guys suck.
So one of the things that I wanted to also add as an example, because a lot of times, you know, we're like, oh my God, I'm too young, I'm too old, I'm too this, I'm too that, blah, blah, blah. We always have some kind of excuse to do or not to do something, to be or not to be, right? So I was watching, I don't know, has anyone watched Lioness?
Yeah.
That's good, sir.
I love it. Yes. So, season 3 is coming out, or yeah.
Season 3, yes.
That's what we say, episodes and seasons, right?
Yeah.
And but anyway, Morgan Freeman's in there, and I started getting curious watching Lioness. I'm good, you know, I'm asking ChatGPT, who's my new friend, right? I got in the game late, but I'm super excited I finally got in it. But and then Google, like, wait, how old is he? Right? I'm like, and why does he wear that glove all the time? Right? And then why is there really a Linus program, or is this so far off? And then Taylor, what's his name? The Sheridan guy, Taylor Sheridan.
Oh, yes.
Like, was he's amazing. Looks pretty good too. But I was just like, well, was he ever actually in the military? You know, so I was just
He's
giving,
a cowboy. He's a real Western cowboy.
no, he's amazing because he was in Yellowstone.
He's a creator of it.
Yep, which it's just so exciting. But anyways, but I'm asking all these questions because I just was getting curious, right? And that's what we do as real estate agents and professionals and just human beings. We love to get curious, right? So I'm like, oh, when did his career start? Because damn, he's 88, which he's still acting, looks great, all that stuff. You know when he started? 50. He started when he was 50.
It's almost dead.
He's almost dead, right? It's almost half his lifetime. But really, if he hadn't started, you just think about how many amazing things that we would have missed out on because of his just being. I mean, he's provided so much entertainment and to all of us and touched us in different ways, right? But 50, what if, right? So my point is, it's never too late. If there's something that you're always dreaming about or want to do or want to accomplish or want to influence or whatever the case may be, do it, right? Just do it. And if you're have a little bit of fear, that's what it takes, that you feel the fear and do it anyway, right? Growth is always outside of your comfort zone. Hey, Ryan. So that's what I wanted to say about that. Okay, so I'm going to go, I really wasn't going to talk about this today, but screw it. I'm gonna. Okay. Who wants to tell, Steve, what is that? What does that say?
Wherever you go, there you are.
Damn straight, Skippy, right?
Absolutely.
So we have a lot of great stuff happening in Calabasas. I couldn't be prouder to be here. I couldn't be prouder of an honor to be part of, rubbing shoulders with each and every one of you. I consider all of you dear friends of mine, right? I always tell you I have my family, my 3 kids, right? And then I have all of you, right? And I have all of you. But keep in mind, right, wherever you go, there you are. You all know that, especially when the market gets crazy like it is right now, right? We're just like, what the hell's going on? Da da da. There's always new shiny objects being thrown at you. We get distracted all the time. Our job, how are you? Our job is to keep you on track, right? And be as much of an influence as we can to help you with your business. So again, I know there's a lot of shiny objects coming into Calabasas, hence, across the freeway, so on and so forth. So keep in mind, there's always going to be temptation. There's always going to be chatter. There's always going to be the market's up, the market's down, the market sucks, the market's good, whatever the case may be. But how you handle that and the resources that you have is what will determine your success or your lack thereof, right? So we're always doing everything we can here to provide as many resources as possible, right? We have Scott with PRMG and his team, and JoJo with Main Street Mortgage have brought into it. And then also, I think I mentioned to you that we're officially having a marketing department, right? Woo! So Raiden is his name. He has Keller Williams. We'll give an intro to him at the next team meeting, but the marketing department will be in that corner office over there. Okay, it's a marketing department of one, but that's okay, right? It's better than zero. So he'll be here starting next Tuesday on the 15th. So we're super excited. We'll be collaborating with some of the stuff that PRMG offers, along with Main Street, etc., just to continue to enhance, right? We're going to be here for the long haul, right? We have another 10 years minimum in front of us, right? So we're super excited. And it's interesting, I always go through the who are the big players in Calabasas, right? So we're neck and neck. Our office, because we're just a few little volumes, it's a little bit short, but I'll check on a daily basis. But we're number 3 in volume and sales and everything in the Calabasas area. So we have Coldwell Banker, then there's Compass, and we're like $1 million behind in volume, and we're number 3. So we're number 3 in our market share, right? I have all the statistics of what everybody does. So I'm looking forward to us continue to kick ass, right? Take names and surround ourselves with the people that want to make Keller Williams Calabasas the best that it can be. That is it. Woo!
So, did you see Raiden?
Right. What?
Right.
Who is the marketing person?
Oh, Raiden. Oh, you know him.
I know, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Okay, he's great, by the way, so I mean.
Yeah, because I was hoping you would add that.
So yes, I thought I heard the name right.
Yeah.
So Raiden's great. He's definitely familiar with Keller Williams, and he's been doing a lot of stuff for Keller Williams office that he's at right now.
Yep.
With some great social media stuff. So he's really been diving into like videos and really pushing that stuff out there. So which is been a huge thing. So I see a lot more videos from that office, and so the fact that he's coming here, you guys are getting a nice little bonus.
Yes.
Very cool.
Yeah, so thank you for sharing that, because he's going to be helping out with our Keller Williams Calabasas social media presence and all that kind of stuff. So everything is all about listening to the needs of the agents, right? Sometimes it may not happen in the time frame that you want it to happen, but nonetheless we make progress and we make sure that we take care of y'all, right? And then 2, part of the thing is showing up. Right, so that we offer a lot of stuff here, but you have to show up for it. That you have to show up, right, and to understand. So, because like Chris is doing there. Do you all know that there was a bunch of changes, right, to the forms, etc. in June? You need to stay abreast of all the shit that's going on. Seriously, this is your job. Right, I'm even behind on stuff, and I had to call Chris like, oh, what changed? Right, there's just so many moving parts. So that's what I want to share. Wherever you go, there you are. So if you're thinking that there's a magic pill out there, you know what the magic pill is. And what you think. right? So are you gonna allow distractions to come in, or are you gonna stay focused on what it is that you actually want to do? Chris, anything you want to add to that?
Well, the only thing I would say in conjunction with that is all of this is really predicated on one's priorities. Because look, if you've been in real estate or any sales business long enough, you've heard from every motivational speaker out there. You mentioned the magic pill, but at the end of the day, those that truly have their priorities, because ultimately your priorities define where you're going to spend your time. So I'm gonna pick on something you said a little bit, Steph.
Okay.
And I'm going to go back to when I started running marathons. All my buddies at church would be like, "Oh, how do you find all that time? How do you find all that time?" And I said, "Well, here's a funny thing, guys. I'd say, how many hours a weekend do you sit watching around NFL football? No judgment, but here's the deal. We all have 24 hours a day, and if you truly want to pursue greatness in any area of our lives, whether it's our faith, our family, our fitness, whatever it is, then maybe we don't watch that Netflix show, or maybe we minimize. I think in our country, one of the biggest challenges, we spend a lot of our time being entertained, which is fine. But then before we know it, another decade passes. So what I would encourage all of us to do is really reevaluate, what are your true priorities? What do you want your health to look like? What do you want your family and your relationships to look like? What do you want your business, your finances to really look like? Then open up your magic calendar and start time blocking. And yes, accountability partners can help. And though at the end of the day, if your drive and grit and determination are strong enough, you'll get up at 4 a.m. to do the activity that you need to do to get you where you want to be. So at the end of the day, I think if we just really think about what do we really want in our lives, in our businesses, in our family, in our health, our faith, whatever it is, and then truly spend time, our most valuable resource, in pursuit of in those areas, and cut out some of the entertainment. It doesn't sound very fun, but it's amazing to see how much time we spend in pursuit of the next season 3. And I get it. Mrs. Vogt and I have the same challenges, and sometimes we have to fight that to get back to where we want to be. So
Yeah.
that's my thought for the day.
I love it. Thank you. Okay, I have a couple announcements, then we'll go to Chris, and then we'll go to Danny. So I want to make sure each and every one of you are on, get this guy back over here, are on tomorrow's webinar at 10 a.m. This is very, very, very important for you to be on. Samantha and Thomas are our insurance carrier representatives, blah, 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 right? And we will be doing, I'm not sure they're covering it tomorrow, but we will be providing, I just finally got the side-by-side of how much our insurance has improved, including a reduction in our deductible. Woohoo! So I mentioned that to everybody that was on Morning Mindset, that, thanks to all of you for really stepping up and taking the contract seriously, so on and so forth. I know sometimes there's stuff that we cannot avoid, but nonetheless, we're coming down considerably. So we're also going to have Robert Feldman is our guest speaker.
Which one?
The bottom on the bottom.
The guy in the box?
Yeah.
He's great.
Yeah, he's amazing. He has a lot of products out there. So if anybody has, issues with getting homeowners insurance for their people, this guy, if he can't do it, no one else can.
Great.
Okay, and he is the one that also wrote the disclosure, the new fire hardening disclosure that was effective July 1st. And remember, Chris will probably touch upon it, that if you have an open escrow right now, you need the updated form. So just saying. So please be on this. He's worth every second that you will be there. And we'll send out more reminders. We'll continue to let you know about this. Jason Abrams is gonna be here October 3rd. I know that's way too far out in the future for all of you to even comprehend.
You
So-
mean coming to the office?
No, it says Santa Barbara. So we'll let you know all that. Sorry, like I said, there's a bunch of announcements. KW Cares, y'all know what KW Cares is? Our nonprofit organization by so and so forth. We all know, well, I don't know if all you know, if you don't watch the news and you don't know, but there was a terrible, huge, massive tragedy in Texas, right? With the flooding, and it's just horrifying, right? So they are accepting donations. As you know, when we had the fires down here, the big, huge KW Cares semi came down with masks and air purifiers. I mean, it's a real deal. They said we all contribute millions and millions of dollars and to help in these type of situations. So there was an email. If you all didn't have it, an email came out together. So we're working together to help. Right, so if you want to send any monetary donations or anything like that to help, because whether it's $5, $10, $5,000, whatever the case may be, it all adds up, right, to help everybody. So I just wanted to bring that up and let you know that we do have the resources and the ability to help those in need. Okay. Chris Vogt, our consulting and coaching broker, the one and only. Take it away.
Well, thank you very much. And speaking of entertainment, in the background there, and by the way, some of my entertainment is for motivation. Every year, there's this little race they hold in France called the Tour de France, and I'm a huge cycling fan as well as participant. So once I'm done with you and before my 1 o'clock with whoever shows up, I've got to watch the last 2 miles of a freaking another great stage in the Tour de France. But that's not why I'm here today. I'm here today to I'm going to go pretty quick here. I'm going to send a piece out to your staff to send out to you. But by now you should be aware that Governor Newsom extended portions of the emergency declaration. That's the good news. The further good news is he did not extend the price gouging parts. That's the good news. However, the bad news is, or the challenging news, at least for some of your landlords, perception-wise, is that LA County did extend the price gouging elements under Civil Code, Penal Code, excuse me, not Civil Code, Penal Code 396. So what I have up on the screen, and I will send this out to you, this is an updated quick guide from CAR regarding the specifics of the LA County Board of Supervisors extending that element of the Penal Code 396 until the end of the month. Okay. So as always, as we've said from the beginning, and it's hard to believe it's been 6 months since those fires broke out on January 7th. The first step is to have your landlord speak to a qualified landlord-tenant attorney. Okay. So don't forget that. That's the first step many times in many situations. So just wanted to let you know that this quick guide will get sent to your staff, and then for you to edify yourself. Again, as I've said in every one of my trainings in which I've talked about the CAR quick guides, which are very, very, very useful for educating not only yourselves, your transaction coordinators, and also your clients. So feel free to disseminate these to the buying and selling public along with edifying yourself by reading them. Okay, so I'm not going to go over this in great detail because basically it's the same rules in LA County is basically what it boils down to that were established when the emergency went into effect on January 7th of earlier this year. Okay. So that's that. And then the only other things that I want to touch on are some upcoming dates. So today I'll be doing buyer representation agreements once again. I will be focusing, starting off by walking through the broker compensation advisory. And then on Thursday, I will be going through the listing agreement along with the updated seller advisory. Now, I know a lot of times, especially for experienced agents or brokers, and by the way, I am an experienced broker. However, with that said, many of the most common misunderstandings that are out there are with experienced people. So when I touch on these, I touch on them not just so that you're like, oh, you're a form geek, but so that, for example, if you list a property with a trust, in a living trust, you know that the listing agreement says that that seller will provide you a copy of their authority to basically sign, okay, within a certain number of days of the execution of the agreement. Okay. And by the way, all those things then ultimately translate into your files. Okay. So so if you think you know the listing agreement, then we'll have you teach the class is the easiest way to say it. But there's a lot of information in there that gets glossed over in our industry. Now for today, let me go back for dates for a second. And then not next week, but the following week, you'll be getting some information. I'm going to be doing 2 days, the 22nd. Let me look at my calendar so I don't tell you the wrong days, but it will be in your email. The 22nd and the 24th, from 1 to 3 both days, I will be doing. It will be so there'll be part 1, and then the Thursday class will be a continuum from part 1, and it's 7 steps to great real estate conversations and presentations. Okay, so this will be around what we would formerly known as listing appointments and or buyer broker consults. Okay, we're going to hopefully have you be able to either establish a system for your conversations and your presentations, and or improve that which you currently have. And by the way, all of those things are predicated on an intimate knowledge of the forms, the disclosures, the civil codes, so on and so forth, when you're working with a buyer or seller. Okay, so just about a year ago, hard to believe, Stephanie, it was about a year ago.
Yep.
Now, I officially became the broker of record. For those of you who remember that crazy day at the end of August when the DRE had a little gaffe, and technically we were out of a broker for about a day and a half or two, and it freaked everyone out. Do you remember that, Stephanie? Wasn't that exciting?
Oh my God. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. And so just about a month before that, I started to do education for you all. I actually came down. Your market center was the first market center I came to right at the end of July. Did some live training in your market center around the new forms that were coming out. And if you hearken back to last summer, we were embarking upon the great crusade, the practice and the rule changes. No more broker compensation through the MLS. Now, if you're new in the room, you can ignore everything that I'm saying, because today is how we roll. So the only reason I bring this up and where the repetition in the forms and the paperwork and all the stuff that bores most everyone in our industry, the reason it's so critical is because some of the things that I said last summer came to fruition. And one of the things that I said last summer is that if our industry didn't understand how these new mechanisms were working or not working, didn't understand at that time the broker compensation advisory, if the agent population in our industry didn't understand it, how in the heck was the buying and selling public going to understand it? Well, guess what? Our industry, maybe not you as an individual, so if you understand it quite well, and can explain to your buyers in your presentations up front and to sellers as you list a property how commission now works, kudos to you. But I can tell you, between reviewing files and having many conversations, the average agent in our market is still doing a very poor job explaining how commissions actually work post settlement. And what makes matters worse, as of January 1st of this year, as you all know, the state of California said, hey, guess what, boys and girls? There's a new law on the books. Now, do you have E&O people in the room, Stephanie?
No,
Yeah?
no.
Oh, you don't? Okay, great. Well,
that's
either way, it's
tomorrow.
fine. That's tomorrow. Okay, great. So the reason I say that is that we have agents in the industry who are continually violating state law in California. Okay. As it relates to buyer broker and timing of agency disclosure, so on and so forth. So you just don't want to be that agent that does that. So part of some of the boring, some of the mundane is so that you can then stand confidently before buyers and sellers, knowing that you're the best and the most knowledgeable as to what the contracts say, what the disclosures say, and what civil codes are that relate to them. So that's all I have today, Steph.
Okay. Thank you. Any questions? Fred?
Early happy birthday to Chris on Friday.
Oh, thank you. Oh, yeah, it's coming. It's coming. Thank you, Fred. I appreciate that.
So we have so many training for purchase and listing and the buyer presentation. Other day I was working on the lease. So many things has been changed. We have, if it's possible, we have one class for going through the rental new forms as well within us.
Because I know he had a bunch of, are you?
Well, yeah, let me jump in here, because things like that, and it was that, so Hella, who was that?
Yeah, so hey, yeah.
Okay, you're a lovely lady, by the way. Love you dearly. However, I've been training my ASS off on the new forms.
Yeah.
Okay, I've been literally spoon feeding the world. So if any agent is saying, I don't know, I'm going to send you to the principal's office.
2 weeks absence. So that's why I missed it.
Oh, you were absent?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, there's some recordings on the YouTube channel, and there was your staff sent out a fabulous email to all of you with links to what I covered.
Okay.
And as I'm doing the ongoing, so I've done at least 8 lease classes, and the only thing that really pertained, there weren't that many changes in the June form release. But next week I will be going over leases again on Tuesday and Thursday.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? Okay, and okay, listen, I'm a recipient of emails and text messages and all that stuff as well. So can we make a pact to do better on looking at our emails and stuff?
Yes.
Okay, and if we send text messages, look at them. If there's someone that's not on the WhatsApp group for Forward Living, please let me know. Actually, don't let me know. Let Bree know, or one of the staff members know, and we'll add you, because there's a lot of information that we put out there too for classes, right? So I get it. I ask Alejandra and Brenda all the time, and Bree, like, you didn't send me that. Yeah, I did. Sure did. Right, so
Where you guys, do we have an archive that we can go and look at it other than email?
what was the question again?
Do we have any archive that we can keep?
What's archive? What?
Archive.
Archive? Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I thought that was probably, okay. Let's see. So. One, we can do in our email, we can do searches, right, for that. You can always like email Brenda and say, hey, can you forward me this particular email? We have 2 things, right? We do have our YouTube channel, And then also regarding some of our forms, like if you get our morning email. Our morning email,
Can I say something? Does anyone have a white Acura? I think you're parked in a reserved spot.
Not for KW.
No.
yeah, and then someone, thank you, Alejandra. Okay, and someone's trying to get in. Right, so, okay, we have our YouTube channel. Oh, in our morning email, if you scroll clear down to the bottom, it says KWC calendar and then KWC vital docs, which will take you to the Google Drive there. So there's stuff in there.
Okay.
But yeah, if you if you can't find some, just say just say, hey Steph, where's this or whatever, and I'll say, hey, reach out to Brenda. They can forward you emails because we actually do it all the time. Right, but we all, and like I said, I'm one of the biggest offenders, so we all just have to do better at paying attention, especially in the good morning email. I would urge each and every one of you to look at that because it gives fluff stuff, and then it gives information, right, about what's happening in our world. So there you go. Okay, recording release. I just want to make. I was gonna say something, but okay. Oh, look it, Danny, it's your turn. Okay, so again, where'd he go?
He's just here.
Oh. Okay. It's Murphy's Law, Danny. Okay, so today's guest speaker is Danny Garrido with Petco Gifts. There's a lot of us that are happy customers of his. He is a strategic branding and client appreciation expert. He's going to share with you how to retain your clients, increase referral and repeat business, and have raving fans. Take it away, Danny.
Thank you. My apologies, I saw someone and I had to go say hi. So there you go. Real quickly, make sure you guys have your phones ready because at the end there's gonna be an opportunity for you to get into a raffle to win some free Cutco. I always say the only thing better than Cutco is free Cutco, right? So there you go. I'm also excited because I don't know if you guys knew this, but I was talking to Jojo earlier. It's been 2 years since I've been here. A lot has happened with my territories expanded. I was telling Jojo I go all the way up now to SLO County, so it's just a lot to cover. But I'm excited to be back and share with you guys today. So as you guys heard, my name is Danny Garrido. I know you guys meet a lot of different people in the industry, and so an easy way to remember my last name is like burrito, but with a G. Who doesn't like burritos? I am with Cutco Gifting, and one of the questions I always get is, Danny, how long have you been with Cutco? This is my 27th year. So I've been working with them since '98. I started as a student, and then I ventured into the business gifting corporate side of it because that's kind of what I love to do and all that good stuff. So that's what I'm going to share with you today. What I want to do is share with you a tactical and strategical way to make sure that you guys stay in front of your clients so they remember you, but more importantly, that you stay top of mind with every client that you work with so they come back to you and use you again. Now, why do I say that? Well, here's why. Would it surprise you to know that 88% of homeowners said they would like to use the same realtor again? No, right? You guys are all amazing realtors, yes? Would it surprise you to know that only 12% actually did? Ouch. Would it surprise you to know that only 9% of the population can name their realtor after 2 years, meaning 91% can't? That's fun. And I spent all that time with you. Okay, and so why does this happen is the question. And it's really simple. One, people just don't remember their agent's name or info. But number two, the information is not easy or convenient to find. And so as a company, we found a way to solve that issue with one simple thing. And what that one simple thing is a type of closing gift being used at the closing table. Now, when you guys think about closing gifts, a lot of you guys know them, yes? Right? Gift cards, Home Depot, Lowe's, care package or gift basket. Maybe it's a bottle of wine, cutting boards, a plant, a doorbell ring, a mat, a puppy, I don't know, whatever, right? There's nothing wrong with any of those gifts. Why? It's a nice gesture. Everybody loves a gift. The challenge is this, is when you really think about it, where do you think those gifts are 2 months later, 2 years later? Gone, consumed, eaten, drank, spent, and used up, right? And within a short period of time, there's no remembrance of that agent. And so if the gift is not serving your client long-term, is it really helping you stay top of mind? Unfortunately, no. So what is it that we do? Well, what we do is we literally brand you forever. Now, what I mean by, forever. Well, we've been blessed to work with an amazing product called Cutco. Out of curiosity, please raise your hand if you actually have Cutco in your home. Okay, look around the room, look at all the sexy, intelligent people with their hands raised. Okay, thank you. Yes. Oh, was that you, Steph? Okay, cool. Now,
Just sexy.
yes, Linda, I know you and I were talking just a few minutes ago. To the best of your knowledge, by the way, how long have you had Cutco in your home?
Well, I started giving them as gifts,
Correct,
and then you gave me a gift when I bought my gifts.
correct.
So I know it's been probably 5-6 years at this point in time.
Absolutely. What's one thing personally, not business wise, but personally what you like about it?
Well, every time I get out my beautiful red handled knife and use it, it has your name on it, and I'm reminded that you were my Cutco rep.
Boom. And that's what we do.
Yeah.
Right? Which is great. I was recently at a Women's Council Realtors event. And this was so funny. I had my table set up and I had two women run up and they saw my name tag and said Danny. She's like, Danny, can I share something with you? I'm like, yeah, sure. I've had Cutco in my house for 20 years. I was like, oh my God, that is amazing. The next lady next to me goes, oh yeah, I've had mine for 25. And we like this battle. And the one customer that I've met, she's actually at Cutco, her name is Teresa Todd. She's actually at Cutco in her home for 45 years. I just want you to second to conceptualize that. Imagine giving your client a gift they're going to have just for 5 years, let alone 20, 25, or 45. So what is it that we really do? Well, here's the deal, guys. We take a product that people see and use every single day, as Linda explained, and we engrave it with your logo, name, and phone number. Okay, now this does a couple of things for your business, and I'm going to share that. Number one is TOMA, top of mind awareness, right? You all know statistically the number one room used in a house every day is the
Kitchen.
and the most common item used in a kitchen every day is a
Knife.
so kind of obvious. Every time they see it use it, that's what they think about. Linda, she thinks about me. Okay. My point is
Reminded it's right there.
right. And so every time they sit and use it, they're gonna think about you. When family and friends come over and they go, hey, where'd you get that white handle knife? Or in Linda's case, where'd you get that red handle knife? Oh, I got that from Danny, my realtor. Sparks a conversation about you and your services, and guess what? You're not even there. You can't make every house party, but guess who can? Cutco. So imagine your gift now being used at Mother's Day, 4th of July, Super Bowl Sunday, any gathering. Yes.
Can I add, so what's funny when you're talking about this is I had my son's birthday was Friday, 4th of July, baby, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, all his friends were over, and one of them is a cook, right? So he pulled out the red handled knife, right? I have red and white actually. But he just, oh my God, my friend's mom is a realtor, she has those. So every time I'm like, oh, right? So then he pulls out, he reads a one-on-one, then he reads the other one, and he's like, but he's not even, he doesn't even use it in his household, but he remembered using it at a friend's house, these amazing knives, and knew that there was a realtor associated with it.
Yes.
So just another little testimonial.
Thank you. I appreciate that, which is great. And then I'm gonna probably bug Jojo here in a second too, and some of the other guys. But so that's the main thing right there, is that it's just a constant reminder of who they're, what's that quote? Who's your realtor? You. All right. So that was the first thing. The second thing I wanted to talk about, would it surprise you to know that according to the IRS, this is important, that you're only allowed to write off $25 per gift per closing? Please don't raise your hand. We're going to skip that part. But here's what I've learned in 27 years. And I do this with not just realtors, lenders. I do this with all kind of businesses, from plumbing to roofing, all of them, right? They just buy whatever they want and write off whatever they want. Not the best game plan. Well, just write it off. Cool. Just don't get caught. Good luck. Right? No. Okay, so what's beautiful about this, guys, is when you engrave with your logo, name, and number, what category is it under now?
Advertising.
Thank you.
Market.
Marketing and
Marketing,
advertisement. So now you can what? 100%
right off.
It's not a gift. It's branding and marketing of who? You. Okay. Now, what can you engrave? Some people engrave the KW logo, name and number. Right? Some people have their own tagline, their own logo. You can do that. Most people do a tagline. Like this one says, sharpest realtor in town, name and number. That's pretty cool. This one says your cutting edge lender. Right? That's cool too, right? This is my favorite one though. Please stop cutting my compensation. Name and I'm just kidding. Too soon? We would never engrave that, honestly, but you get the point. We can do a lot of things, which is really good. And my third and final point that I want to share with you is what I call SIP, and that's a system in place. Now, why do I say that? Well, when you think about closing gifts, how do they generally get purchased? Last minute, right? Why? Because closings get delayed, you know, or whatever, something happens, and then it closes, and then now what are you doing? Scrambling around town, and you're wondering, do they drink? Don't they drink? What are they into? What are they not? Are they lactose intolerant? I don't know. Right? And you're just stressing out. We eliminate that. One meeting with me, one phone call a year, we take care of all your gifts. And what we do is we get you a 12 to 18th month supply of gifts. Right, Linda?
Yes.
And we just ship them all to you in one box. Right? And what's beautiful, what realtors have told me, Danny, the one thing I love is that you guys spread out my payments over 6 months or 12 months, no interest, no finance, no credit, no nothing. So it just goes with your cash flow. So now you got to think, you just literally grab the gift, here's your keys and your gift, and you're branded and you just move on. Right? It's really, really simple. When you run out of gifts, you just give me a call, we just get you more. Make sense? Price point. Gifts are going to run anywhere between $100 for like single pieces to like $350 for our 2-piecers and everything in between, right? And that's generally what you guys are spending anyway, right? Think about a gift card at Home Depot, Lowe's, what is it, $250, $500, I don't know, whatever that is. This is the same. The thing is, it lasts longer. Now, one of the questions I get is, hey, this is Calabasas. I deal with like multi-million-dollar clients. I don't want to just give them 2 pieces. We have a luxury set. We can do a full block set. People love that. And we put a plate on the bottom and we cover the logo, Cutco, and it just says your name. So every time they walk in the kitchen, they think about you. Anyone that comes over, like Stephanie just shared, like, who's this? Oh, this is my realtor. They're talked about. So we can do luxury gifts as well. Does that make sense? Okay. So to wrap up here, at the end of the day, what other gift can you give your client? They're going to see and use. Every time they see it in you, they're going to think about you. Okay. It's American made. Okay. 100% write-off. And it can increase referrals, repeat business, retention, and raving fans. It's just one. And that's why we just continue to do what we do. Okay. Now, I'm going to pass around these gifts so you guys can take a look at them. Do not touch the blades. I don't have any Band-Aids. But I haven't had a bleeder in 5 years, so don't be the bleeder today. What I want to do is something a little unique here. Okay. And here's what I like to do. My goal today is to help out 4 people with their business and their gifts. Okay.
Myself.
What was that?
Almost started the leader.
Yes. Start the track over again. All right. So that's my objective. There's 2 different types of people in this room today. One, there are some of you who are new to real estate and you're getting the ball rolling, and I definitely want to be a valuable resource whenever you're ready. Number 2 are those who've been doing real estate for some time, right? You know you're gonna have closings this year, or maybe you already have had, closings. And so here's your call to action. Okay. For the first 4 people that I helped today, here's what I'm gonna do. Number 1 is you're gonna get a discount on your engraving. So you're gonna get half off pricing on your engraving on your order today and grandfathered in. Number 2, you're gonna get a quantity discount if you need multiple gifts, because we're in July, right? 6 months already have gone by. It's kind of crazy. And then number 3 is my favorite, is I'm gonna buy you $150 at Cutco, because I want you to just have the same experience as your clients. Does that make sense? And all that good stuff. Okay. So what I'd like you to do is grab your phones real quickly. So everybody grab your phones. Help me out. Those of you on Zoom land, just grab your phone. And what I want you to do is take a picture of this QR code. Okay. There are some questions in the QR code, and I want you to go ahead and answer those. Also, when you fill out the QR code, you are automatically entered into a free drawing for a free piece of Cutco.
Danny,
Yes. Yes, Stephanie Taylor, yes.
Yes, hey, what if we're already working with you? And we're already an
Yeah.
existing customer.
You want to fill out that QR code, yes.
Okay, got
There's
it.
something there, yes.
And
Yeah.
by the way, everything Danny is saying, I've been working with Danny for what, 3 or 4 years?
Yes.
And everything he is saying is 100% true. And I have clients, you know, in the beginning I was worried, like, because I was selling, you know, I sell some high-end luxury, and I was like, oh, you know, they have knives. I'm sure they have really nice knives. Everybody loves them. And then I have a system in place with Danny to where if I have given you a set because I closed an escrow with you, and then you refer somebody to me, then I give you the cheese knife. And like people literally are like, hey, when am I getting my cheese knife? So it's an amazing program. So everything he is saying is absolutely true, and he's so fun to work with. So if you're on the fence, don't be.
Thank you, Stephanie. The check's in the mail.
How
All
long do they- how long
right.
do they stay
No,
sharp
thank
for?
you so much. Great question. The question was, how long do the knives stay sharp for? On average, knives stay sharp 7 to 10 years, but Cutco also offers free sharpening. And we can go to the house or they can mail it in. And also the knives are guaranteed. So if they chip, crack, break, or melt, you send it in to get a new one. Yes, Jojo, go.
No, you said it already. I was gonna tell you about my friends that the way that you did the sharpening for, my family, my sister and my best friend,
Yes.
for life.
Yes, so I visited the family and took care of them, which was really great. So make sure you guys fill out the QR code, those questions. You automatically go into a drawing. You know, maybe you guys have some home anniversaries coming up you've been meaning to take care of, or maybe you have some referral partners like Stephanie talked about. By the way, Stephanie, the cheese knife, still a #1 seller. People rave about it. It's like, it's a really amazing tool. So I'm glad we came to that one for referrals and all that good stuff. So yeah, so fill that out and I'll get back to you. And I'm gonna wrap up with this. Couple of quotes. And the first one is that it's not your client's job to remember your name. It's your responsibility to make sure they never have a chance to forget it.
Yeah.
The second thing I want to talk about, a quote here, is don't celebrate closing a sale. I want you to celebrate opening up a relationship. Okay? And I will tell you this, relationships take you where marketing cannot. And gifting empowers you to do that. Okay, that is my time. I'm going to be in the office over there with some goodies. If I'm talking to someone, just give me like a couple seconds to finish wrapping up with them and whatnot. But like I said, the first 4, you get the special half-off price engraving, quantity discounted gifts, and then multiple gifts, and then you get $150 of free Cutco. All right. Any other questions for me? I know Nicole, you're back there. You've used me. I know Monique. Anything you guys want to share real quickly?
I think that is. Providing, to add to your question. And just for me.
Thank you, Monique.
But for me, I can keep the inventory. I love that your assistant, whenever I needed them, she shipped them out directly to my client. So it was either ahead of closing or I knew the closing date, so they could receive it right then or shortly after. So that was a nice touch. And they would always send me a picture because the part of the personalization you get is a letter. You know, happy anniversary or congratulations on your home. And it's not just about the sale, it's about the relationship that we're building. So that's what I love.
Yeah, and I remember talking to Monique about this that we met a couple years ago, and we took half her gifts. Actually, we all the gifts we do a drop ship for her, so she saves a lot of time. And so my assistant Michelle will put the gift letter together for her, and then put it in the box, and then ship it right to the client. And in the gift letter it says, "Hey, send me a picture of you using," or something like that. So we do a drop ships program, so you don't have to do it if you don't want to. But one of the things that we talked about was like, "Hey, do you want to connect with some of your past clients?" And she was like, "Yes." And so now they get a gift in the mail. How excited are they? Like, think about when you get a gift and it's not your birthday, Christmas, or anniversary. Like, you feel really special, right? And so this is the same thing with our dropship program. Thank you for bringing that up, by the way, because I almost forgot. So anyway, any other questions?
So I'll make a comment.
Yes,
So
sir.
I'm a big Cutco fan. So you guys still have a relationship with K-Bar?
Yes.
Yeah, so I have military clients, so what we did was, I got a bunch of K-bars.
Yes.
Engraved them and shipped them out to my clients.
Awesome. Yeah. So Cutco, if you don't know, has owned K-Bar since the 90s.
Yeah.
And so I have a client in Ohio who he, as a realtor, only does vets. And so his gift is the Cutco K-Bar 9. But what he did is that he took the logo of the branch they were in, whether it was a Marine, Navy, Coast Guard, Army,
Oh,
and put that logo on one side,
oh,
and then the other side was his brand.
sure.
So we're strategically doing that on a case by case basis. And he uses a drop ship program like Monique because it's just easier that way. And so the text messages I get from him are like, bro, this was awesome, so it's really, really cool. But we can do that. We can also personalize it if you want to put the client's name through the drop ship program. We can do that too. But objectively, we want to brand you. We want them to remember you. We want them to find the phone number to call you. Okay. And I'll leave you with this last thing here. That I know taking time your stuff, but I want to say something, and I think this is important because I've been doing this a long, long time. This is not the answer. I'm just gonna just come on straight up say it. Cutco's not your answer. Like, great, I don't gotta do any other marketing. No, this is not the answer. You need to get on the phone and call your clients. Monique, Nicole, Linda, how many times have I called you? How many birthday videos have you gotten? Like, you need to pick up the phone, old school, and
It's not just
call. Okay? But here's the thing, because people think like, oh, I'm just gonna give up the gift and they're gonna come running and use me. No. You know what's gonna happen when you call? Hey, Danny. Not who? That's what we don't want. And that's what happens when you don't follow up. And you do the other gifts, whatever that is. But when you do the Cutco thing, like, hey, it's Danny, your realtor from KW. Hey, what's up? Why do you think they say that? Because you live in their kitchen. But you got to make the phone call. That's not my job. That's your job. I already do my job. Ask them. Right? I'm really good at follow-up. You know why? Because I have an assistant.
That's very good.
Yeah, I've been on Stephanie to get back here for 2 years. No, that's on me. No, it's on me. The schedule didn't work. So, but your job, I don't care what you do. Friday mornings. You know why I like Friday mornings? Because it's freaking Friday. Okay? And from 9 to 10, nobody bothers me and I'm just outbound calls. Well, Danny, what if they don't pick up the phone? I hang up and I shoot a video. One shot, not 5. Oh, this one's better. Who cares what you look like? You know what I say? Hey Stephanie, what's up? It's Danny. It's what is that? It's Tuesday, July 8th. I was thinking about you. I just wanted to call and say, hey, hope things are good. Talk to you soon. Send. What if they don't reply? I don't care. I did my part. Because guess what? 6 months later, hey Stephanie, guess what I noticed? In this thread, I sent you a message 6 months ago. Hey, no worries. I just wanted to say, hey, I was thinking about you. Next time I see Stephanie, I'm so sorry. Hug. Right? But I'm doing what? My part, but she's not going to forget me. You guys as agents, get on the phone, man. Call your people. Say hello. Don't talk about anything, but just, hey, how you doing? How's the family? What'd you do for the 4th? They'll tell you, by the way, I love this house. I love this, whatever. They'll bring it up and then you do your job. All right. But you got to make phone calls at least. When's the last time you wrote a thank you card to your client? That's what I thought. Well, maybe you can hire someone. By the way, there's a company out there that does thank you cards for you. It looks like your handwriting. They don't know that. Right? When's the last time you sent a birthday video? Right? They're all on my phone. That's why all these women back here get birthday videos from me. Even Dave Reisman gets a birthday video from me. Right? Real easy. One shot though. Even oh, dude, my bad. I didn't mean to say curse at you, but whatever. Send. I don't care. It's just one shot goes, but they see me all the time. Anyway, that's my time. I appreciate you guys allowing me to blab on a little bit. It's good to be back here, and hopefully we'll chat soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Danny. Thank you. Great to see you again.
No birthday suit.
Oh, yeah, you're thing.
Yeah. No, that's a big no. That's another meeting.
Yeah, so if any of you have issues with follow-up, have a chat with Dan.
Yeah.
No, for sure, because it's the name of the game, right? So so remember our 5 income producing activities. I gotta tell them it's not on this one. Okay, So there's 5 income producing activities, right? 2 of them are lead gen, lead follow-up. Right? If you lead gen and don't lead follow-up, then just don't lead gen and just get out of the business. Right? Because a lot of times people I hear, well, I talked to them once and nothing happens. It's like, okay. You talk to them again and again and again, because remember, we don't manufacture motivation or anything like that. It's our job to get curious, so on and so forth. Okay, so you gotta bear with me for about, I wanted to go through, I'll blast through some of these market stats, but we want to hear from Vahe real quick with Clear Mark Title. Come on down.
All right. Hello, everyone. I'm just gonna make this real short. I have 2 incredible flyers. One is regarding the new transfer tax that went into effect July 1st, where the luxury tax, it was from 5 to 10. It went from 5,300,000 to 10.6, and it shows the percentage. So if you're selling anything above that, it's good to know that it is in effect, because now. The other, when you're talking about lead gen, this flyer is an excellent flyer, why you should contact all your clients. The LA County has an electronic notification. You can ask them to sign up and register their property. So if anything gets recorded against them, then they're automatically known. It's not like when it's too late, a month later, hey, somebody took out a loan or something. So the information is all on here. This is a great excuse to call all your clients.
That's awesome.
So this is really important. So a good excuse, so you'll have something of value to talk to them about. Also, I've known, not Danny, but I've known Deanna, and I own a pair of their scissors. I've had it for like over, yeah. And it's so funny. I've had it for over 20 years or more, and it's still sharp. It's not, maybe I don't use it enough, but their stuff is amazing. I'd love to get a chance to earn your business. I've been in title since '87, and she's my reference, and so
Yeah.
call me. So I'm gonna leave these wherever, or where should I leave these?
You can leave them on that desk, and then
Okay.
we'll put them with the rest of
Yeah.
our stuff.
Call your customers. This is really good. Have them register their property. So if anybody they're trying to steal their property and stuff, so you get notified. Yeah, of course.
And I'll do one.
Yeah, yeah, please do, and hey, Bonnie, that's just for LA County though?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, please do that. I think you all know about the situation that we had here. I don't know, maybe 3 months ago. I can't remember how long ago, but Ed knows about it, right? Where a pretend, it was a scam, right? So an imposter, someone had stolen someone's identity and ended up selling the house, signed for it, Fortunately, we were able to unravel the deal. Everybody got their money back, so on and so forth. But the only way the seller knew that this had happened is the fake seller left the real address on, and a closing statement went to his real address to the real seller, right?
Oh,
So they noticed, that's when they found out, like, oh shit, this really happened, right? But if that little quirky thing hadn't happened, then they probably, I don't know, because the bank stopped the money from going to this other guy because he screwed up, so he wasn't that good of a criminal. But nonetheless, if they have that notice, then they would have known right away instead of a week later that had happened.
Right, yeah, you get notified right away within
Yeah.
like the next day or the second day. Because a lot of people have had some of these older people, their properties are free and clear, and all of a sudden you're like, my property's in default? Why am I being in foreclosed? No.
Yeah.
So it's a great excuse to call your customers.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you, Vahe. Yay. Okay, so, Esperanza, you have a question?
Yes, can we see the flyer or can you send a letter to all of the, we're in Zoom?
Text me, Esperanza.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
All right, awesome. Okay, so more announcements. Like I said, we have a lot of stuff to blast through. Mega Agent Camp, August 11th through the 14th in San Antonio. Right? We'd love to have you all there. If you want additional information, Linda and I are going. Yeehaw! Right? So, yep, there you have it. And then, woohoo, the Galoo's group capped. Yay, congratulations. They get 100% of their commissions moving forward. And David Shemesh capped. Woo! Congratulations, they're 100%. So just super excited. We had 2 cappers, and then we're not going through that. So, okay, I'm gonna give 60 to 90 seconds to Scott, JoJo, and Dave. Right, so I want to go through the market statistics, as I know Chris's class is starting. So you want to come down
Sure,
Scott,
sure.
with PRMG. Woo!
Alright.
Say congratulations, Dave.
Yeah, woo! All right, so I'll make it short and sweet. Down payment assistance. We had a client recently that was able to use down payment assistance where she was able to get down payment of like $20,000, but because she was able to get that, they were able to use the money that they had to pay off debt. Right, so it was a huge win for them because now they're going into the home with less debt and being able to have down payment assistance to leverage for their down payment and their closing costs. So there are incredible down payment assistance programs out there. There's ones that don't have income. There's ones that don't have to be first time home buyers. There's ones that you can even own a home and still get down payment assistance. So there's a lot of them all over the state of California. There's ones that are very specific to the city. So I've really had focused for many years on down payment assistance. So if it's something that you have clients that maybe just don't have enough reserve or money to be able to buy a home, let me know. Love to sit down with you and talk to you about down payment assistance programs. That's it.
On a quick note on those down payment assistance programs, I've been working with Scott right now trying to get, there was a program that they offered recently for fire victims from back in the Woolsey fire, where the government came out with a $9 million grant that they were giving out $350,000 that you never had to repay if you stayed in the house for 5 years. So it's helping buyers that, like as an example, I'm trying to work a personal program right now for my son, who was in high school at the time, and now he's out of college, and he was living with me during the Woolsey fire. And if all the documentation goes forward, Scott's going to help my kid get a $350,000 down payment, so he's going to be able to buy his first home. I'm going to help him find a $600,000 condo or a townhouse, and he'll have a $350,000 down payment if everything goes through, and he's going to have a $250,000 mortgage. And I don't know about you, how long it would take one of you to save $350,000 to put it as a down payment, but my dumbass kid is not going to be able to save $350,000 in the next decade. So
yes,
those are great programs if they can qualify. So talk to Scott about those.
Absolutely. So I am on the forefront of like making sure down payment assistance programs like that come out. There's one that is coming out in Ventura for floods, so for another $350,000. So I'll fill you in once in the work. Yes, absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you, Scott. JoJo. You're okay. Dave, come on down.
I'll make this quick. Dave with my NHD. For all your purposes, when you order from me, you're gonna be ordering a Crest NHD report because that's who your E&O insurance is through. When it closes, the seller's gonna receive $25,000 E&O insurance. Cal Fire came out with the fire maps on May 1st. They have not yet been approved by the local municipalities. When they are, I'll let you know. But in the meantime, in our reports, we show the extended areas for those fire maps. Something to keep in mind. Also in our reports, there's always mention of radon gas. Radon gas is everywhere. But the levels are not hazardous. But it's something that maybe a buyer might see and they might be afraid, what's this? You don't have to worry about the radon gas. The other thing is, I'll leave you with a quote. Tomorrow is not a day of the week. So remember that.
I love that. Thank you, Dave. Yay. Okay, and I know, I know we're like way over. Do y'all want me to blast through the market stats? Oh boy, I can tell it's over. We're like, Steph, you like the,
Yeah, baby.
like,
Sexy stuff.
fuck. Okay, let's see. Because Chris has his training right now. We'll just go through, well, I'll just blast through it real quick. Okay. We all know that stuff's happening. So, right, so what I can, let me say this thing first, right? We're in kind of like purgatory space right now. And I may have mentioned that last time where it's because everyone's like, hey, it's a buyer's market. Well, not really. Well, it's not a seller's market. It's not necessarily a buyer's market. Okay. Yes. So do we have more inventory? Do we have, I mean, like it, let me back up even more. What I really want you all to pay attention, like these particular slides came off CAR. Do you guys know what CAR is? Not the car you drive. You know what CAR is? Yes, thank you. Okay. CAR, California Association of Realtors. Go to car.org. They have all the statistics. They have these slides up here so you can look what's going on, because what you want to be privy to is what's happening in a macro, right? In the macro situation in the state of California, and then specifically LA, Southern California, right? And then you look in your particular area, because there are still some hot spots out there or whatever where we're getting multiple counters, or not a lot, but it does happen where things are selling quicker. So please make sure that you're checking in all that, from a macro standpoint that you can speak to your clients about, and then also in their particular area. So I guess this is one thing that you can share with your clients, right? The market isn't necessarily healthy, but it's not crashing. Okay, things are still selling. So there are buyers, right? One, we're in the summertime, right? People, especially as we get towards the end of July and August, we're going to see it'll lull a little bit again, because the people are waiting, getting ready, kids getting ready to go back to school, so on and so forth, and last minute vacations. But there's a lot of buyers out there. And it'll just be amazing how much will open up really what we're trying to get to under 6%. Right. But one of the regional meetings I was at there, that's kind of like what a lot of buyers are anticipating, waiting for, unless they have to buy or a seller has to sell, etc. Right. That stimulates that. But they're really thinking, and no one can predict what's going to happen. And we're trying to have different, governments trying to have influences, this, that, and the other thing, and they're probably all working against each other through the flip nose. But they're not expecting anything to really change for maybe the end of next year. Right? So just buckle up and just work. Right? So that means you talk to more people every flipping day. That's what you do. Woo! Right? And there's so much information that's out there that you can provide as value to them. Just let them know. So, for example, snapshot, existing home sales. We all know that number of sales are down. Right? But what's interesting is some of the trend lines are, they're mirroring pretty much last year. And I know some of you had a great last year and some of you not so much. Right? And the existing home price actually year over year has gone up a little bit. Right? Unsold inventory index, 3.9 months, which is still considered a seller's market. Okay, but that's why it's, people are like, oh, we have all this extra inventory and it's more of a buyer's market. Not yet, really, statistically, but people are on the fence. Median days on market 25. Sales price to list price ratio is about the 100%. But sales had the largest yearly decline in 17 months in May. And we felt it. Did you all feel that a little bit? It's kind of up and down, but it all depends on who you're speaking with. Like I ran into a girlfriend of mine last week, and she's booming right now. Like she's taken 4 listings this week, right? I've known her half her life, right? And she's just kicking ass because she decided to get focused on that, right? So remember, our mindset has everything to do with what we're going to see, right? And remember, you can't control the time frame in which it happens. You just talk to more people. Sales growth turned negative across all price segments, right? And I'm not saying this, I'm not sharing this stuff to be like, oh, W down or whatever. It's just like, hey, these are talking points. This is kind of what's going on in the market, and it's just like, let's just continue to get to work. Pending sales declined for 6 straight months, right? Because do you believe there's uncertainty out there? Right. And a lot of times I want to share this as well. So you're not beating yourself up and think it's you. right? If you're not talking to the amount of people that you need to talk to on a daily basis, then it's probably you, right? Because we all know that we need to talk to new people each and every day, at least 5 days a week, or whatever that number is, right? So, but just understand, give yourself some grace, but still work diligently on your business. Pending sales growth bounce back for condos and townhomes. I saw a few of these. Have any of you felt that? Where their condos and townhomes were declining a little bit in number of sales, and then they're kind of superseding and getting ahead of the single family residents. California median home price had its first yearly decline in 23 months. So there are some adjustments. Sellers are still wanting to get top dollar, right? Which they always want to, but seller sentiment is, hey, I can still get that. Some of them can, some of them can't. I mean, like I said, a lot of times it's targeted specific to the areas. Price growth softens across property types. And we're all feeling that it's kind of softening a little bit. And then again, it's going to be dependent upon the motivation of the seller as to what they will actually do. And inventory is above last year's level. May 2024, 2.6 months, May 3.8 months. Yeah, so it's gone up significantly. Unsold inventory index up last month due partly to softer demand. Active listings increased to highest level in over 5 years. Right, over 5 years. Do y'all feel that? Yeah. Y'all see it? Do you check out your hot sheets on the MLS every morning? Like, no? And what's going on? Yeah, so you can set that up in your MLS. Active listings continue to grow more than 40%. And new listings grew by double digits for the 5th straight month. Those are ALC. So I pulled up in the areas of Agora Hills, Calabasas, Hidden Hills, West Hills, Woodland Hills. So number of active listings. So we've been kind of all over the map, right? 2,900, 2,932, April 3035, May 3099, June 3092, July we're at 3021, and we're just on the 8th day of July. So it'll be interesting to see where we land on that. New listings, active new listings. We had June, we had 492, and May we had 561. Days to sell average. April was 40, May was 42, June was 41, and July was right now we're hovering at 42 days on the market in those towns. Those are kind of like in our territory here for this particular office. So I know you all work in different areas. But one thing that's interesting is the median home price, right? Where it's